Do you know what's common between model Hailey Bieber and former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro? No, I'm not talking about their love for slick hair. I'm referring to their connection with controversy. It's like soap operas with a flavor of hypocrisy, and sometimes it's plain hilarious. For the sake of this story, let's just focus on Bolsonaro. His home has been raided, his cell phone has been seized, and his aides have been arrested because while he says he never got vaccinated, his documents say otherwise. Now, Bolsonaro is a long-time anti-vaxxer. So did he forge his documents? And if he did, he won't be the first politician to have done it. It's just that his timing is bad. Our next story tells you why. Jair Bolsonaro is the former president of Brazil. He is in trouble again because he's being investigated again. And this time, he's being accused of deceiving America. Horror of horrors. What are we talking about? Let's spill the tea. But buckle up, it's quite the roller coaster. When the pandemic was at its peak, the US had a bunch of travel restrictions. One of them included being vaccinated against the Wuhan virus. Now, Bolsonaro wanted to travel to America, but there was a problem. He was a complete anti-vaxxer. He calls the Wuhan virus a little flu. He's been accused of spreading misinformation too, both about the vaccine and the virus.
At 65 years old, I got COVID and I took hydroxychloroquine. On the next day, I was cured. Staying at home is not the solution. Stay at home those who have pre-existing conditions, the elderly, until we wait for something concrete. All the rest, the people need to work.
But we'll tell you who needs to do the work. Bolsonaro himself. Because looking at the kind of information he's spreading, he clearly has some reading to do. But that aside, let's cut to this week. Brazil's Supreme Court released a couple of documents, and this is where the drama begins. These documents show that Bolsonaro got vaccinated, even though he has always been against the vaccination and said that he will never get it. So obviously, he's now under fire. The police have raided his home, they've confiscated his phone, they've arrested 6 people, including his close aide and security guards, because Bolsonaro is under investigation, being suspected of forging his vaccination documents. Police says it happened sometime between November 2021 and December 2022, only to sidestep the US travel restrictions. What does Bolsonaro have to say about this?
My mobile phone has been seized. My phone has no password. I will make that very clear. I have nothing to hide. Not only about the vaccination card, I have nothing to hide about anything.
Nothing to hide about anything. It has a nice ring to it, right? Fun fact, this is Bolsonaro's reaction to almost all the probes against him. Yes, there are multiple, about half a dozen criminal investigations into his activities, but he pleads innocent. The only problem is, this investigation may finally tip the scales against him, simply because this is really bad timing. Bolsonaro returned to Brazil only last month after his self-imposed exile and quickly re-entered politics. If convicted, he won't be able to run for president. And even if he isn't, this is bound to hurt his image further. Question is, how far will he go to protect his ideology and at what cost? Bolsonaro is known for digging his heels. And if he did commit this fraud to escape a vaccine, we say this stubbornness is more suited to a child. The only problem is, children do not have to fight national elections.